Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Journey to Wisdom and Wealth. My name is Tara. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. You know, you're already part of the what? Grateful gang, gang, gang. Grateful gang, 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 gang. Grateful gang, gang, gang. Grateful gang, 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 gang. And if you're not a part of the Grateful Gang, we would love to really have you over here. Over here, we do budgeting as well as first time home ownership type things, as well as some vlogs trying to get my house in order for this first time homeowner. We're a digital budgeting crew. Welcome. I am your digital budgeting bubble bae right here. Hit the subscribe button if any of that entices you to do so. If not, let's get right into the video. So hopefully today the video will not be long. Y'all, I am tired. I'm about to head to my parents' house in a few, and I've been sitting here, okay, working on my 2023 budget setup as well as my sinking fund setup. We shared some of that, and I told y'all I would finish doing all that off screen and come back to y'all in another video to let you see how it all worked out and how we're planning on using it. So let's get right into it. All right, let's make my face small. So here is my Journey to Wisdom and Wealth 2023 budget. The way I'm doing it is not creating different budgets every month at the bottom. I'm actually going to be using my budget setup this way. I'm not changing the colors, probably just going to be pink and gray. I can rock with those, or I'll change it to black and white, whatever. This works for me. And what I've done is left this side pretty much the same with our income, our dates, our incomes, our monthly income, you know, what we think we're going to have. And this is for the whole month. So this is basically 1360 times 2, which is usually what I get each month. I am about to change my withholding though, so it might be less. We'll see what happens from there. And instead of making a new one for each month, I've just put 26 pay periods, you guys. So you see pay 10, 11, 12. I am a bi-weekly budgeter. So it'll go up to the 12 and this will be the last paycheck and so on and so on. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying. I'm sure you guys are. So we're doing it like that this year, you guys. So that I can see everything at a glance and kind of keep looking back and keep moving forward as I zero out one budget, just be able to go into the next one and see everything on the same page. So I hope that makes sense. On this first line, you'll see whatever income I get that'll be the total income for that paycheck. This will be whatever income comes in. This will be any miscellaneous income. God willing, we will be finding and working on some side hustles. I'm sorry, I don't like that word hustle. It requires too much work. Some side businesses, as well as any other thing we can do, anything we can manifest. And then any rollovers or transfers from the previous pay period or the previous year would go here. Monthly expenses start here. So in general, you'll see a lot of things are gone because I've bulk change them into sinking funds. So don't worry, they're not gone. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. I think I have everything. So currently our mortgage is $1088.54 currently. I haven't gotten my new one with the new taxes and insurance, all that, but right now that's what I know. Cell phone, we usually budget around 102. I have rounded everything up for the purpose of this video. So 102. Merrick Bank has nothing on that credit card. I actually do need to set something up to go here because I don't want them to close my account because of in not using it. So I do need to figure out what's going to go there. Internet is about 65 something, but I put in 66. Electric bill has fluctuated between $50 to $80, except when it was summertime. But for now, we'll go with that because I've kind of learned where to keep my temperatures at to keep it pretty constant. Water bill, right now, for some reason, I didn't ask to be put on a plan. I feel like they just put me on a plan where my water bill is $39.12 every single month. Now, I don't know if they're going to reevaluate that at the end of the year and change it, but for now, that's the information that I have. Currently, my car insurance is $87.94. The KineMaster is the program that I use to edit my videos on my cell phone if I record anything, usually like my vlogs on my cell phone, and that actually went up because it was much less than that. Home Depot is a credit card, and I don't have anything on that credit card as of now. Student loan, they just extended it. If you didn't know, they extended it again, and I'm going to take advantage of that because it's a lot. It's $22,000 or something like that on my student loan, and I can't budget it in right now. But once we do have to pay, I will be paying because I was paying before. Right now, I want to focus on paying off my other debt as well as saving some money for savings in general, for my house and general savings. So Capital One credit card is at 0 right now. I'm super excited. My security service has two separate things. One is for the service at $28, and one is for the equipment at $45. And then we have our Ulta credit card, which is used pretty much on a quarterly basis for any skincare that I usually get, Clinique. And so right now there's nothing on that card. It's been paid off. Discover card is where the debt is at, right? Discover credit card is where the debt is at. Right now we have $0 in the payment field because it's going to be kind of like whatever's left over for that particular paycheck will be going towards debt. Now, here's where things have changed. So this really doesn't change. CE is just for cash envelopes. My cash envelopes are $440 for the month. I usually give myself $220 each week. It's $80 for gas, $80 for groceries, $40 for self-care, $20 for allowance, which usually is eating out, and was $20. Was that it? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. $80 for gas, $80 for groceries, $40 for self-care, $20 for dining out, which is my allowance. So $220 times 2 is $440. So that's what it is for the month. Now, sinking funds is where you're going to see. Right. So we have sinking funds of $500, which makes that $250 per paycheck, and a 2-pay week normal biweekly budget. And that's about $2,489.38 in total expenses minus our projected income of $2,720, which leaves us with $230.62, which I believe is what we kind of need every month in order to pay our credit card off in time, this Discover card. So if all works well, we will be right in there, because what's changed is, as you can notice, if you remember, you followed me for a while, you will know that there are no more random expenses down here. I deleted all the random expenses because I want this account just to be for bills and paying off debt. There shouldn't be any extra expenses coming out of here. That is why I have sinking funds, and I'm creating a buffer bucket for anything that goes over or under that we did not expect. So let's move on now to our sinking funds tracker. Let me get myself small. So this is our sinking funds tracker for 2023. These are all our sinking funds. These are all the months of the year going down the side with the beginning balance, deposits, withdrawal, and ending balances. Then if you move over, I put a freeze frame so that if I move over, it will move along with me so I can still see what I'm working with. Now, here are so members only. Members only is memberships. Currently, we're going to be putting $10 in memberships. We don't have anything in memberships right now. And the Sam's Club is $50. And the Amazon right now is $139 with taxes and all that. So I just rounded up to $150 because inflation is real, and we made it $200. That is our goal. Now, the thing of this is I'm hoping that, 10 times 26, which is how many pay periods we have, is 260. I'm hoping that my goal is that once we can fill this up, immediately we can stop taking the $10 out of here and adding it to something else, because some of these couldn't get any money because my budget didn't stretch for that. And so I might also be doing a thing where if I have any extra money, I might throw it into a sinking fund that has a definite end date to make sure that gets funded. The sooner it's funded, the more then I can move the money to a different account. I hope that makes sense, to start funding something else. So for example, if members only, it's getting $10 and I transfer $10 in, and for some reason I have an additional $20 left over in my paycheck, then I would put it there so we can get to the $200 faster, and then this $10 would move to a different sinking fund to get that moving. So the goal amounts, these are the biweekly amounts here, and the goal amounts are here. For health, the biweekly amount is $5. It's pretty low. It's a revolving account. We already have $750, which my job gave me. So that's why I'm not really worried about that one right now. It's got a very low amount. I almost didn't stuff anything because a lot of these don't have anything. So Pimp My Ride is the car maintenance, and it's getting $40 a pay period because it needs it. Like, my car is older, it's paid off, thank you Jesus, but that means it also has a lot more things. It needs oil change, it needs tires, it needs brakes, and it's only $1,053 in this account right now. And if you know, you know that's not enough. This is a revolving account. It does not have an end date. Traveling, we out is only getting $2. I would like to have 1,000. That definitely doesn't add up over 26. It is not 1,000. I would like to have anywhere between $500 to $1,000 in this account so I can plan a trip, if not for this year, but for next year. Yeah, and that's that. And I also want to use that money for, make your face small. I want to use that money to get like my passport and things, my US passport. I have a Jamaican passport, my US passport. Born days for my birthday. Like I said, some of these biweekly amounts do not add up to the goal amount. So I really don't know how that's going to happen. I'm just kind of leaving it up to God. But the biweekly amount is $10 per pay period with a goal of 500. Let's make that more realistic and do a goal of 250 to 500. So if I hit 250, then I might lower this amount and just keep saving and move the extra to another account. Apparel is getting nothing right now. The goal is 350 because I always need new shoes, and being that I have to get dressed for work, sometimes it's just I need extra shoes, extra clothes. But right now it's not getting anything because it's honestly not a priority right now. Holidays is getting $1 because I just want to start saving something towards it. Like I should have gave apparel $1, but I didn't find the dollar, so I didn't give apparel $1. I would like to have about $260. Most of the major holidays are towards the end of the year, so I'm praying that we can beef this up somehow. And then beauty is getting 10. I usually spend about $100 per quarter, so really this is more of a $400 buffer, but I'm leaving it at 500 because of inflation, y'all. And it already has $22 in it. This is what each account currently has in it, if I didn't say that already. Ray Bay and Miles are my niece and one of my nieces, one of my nephews, the baby niece, and my best friend's son. $10. I want to up that soon, so I to 20, so I can kind of have a savings for both of them. I like a balance of about $300 in there. There's already 400. Treat Your Friends is if I want to do something nice for someone, I want to put $10 away. There's already $62 in there. So I have a goal of $500 because one of my goals for the year is to be a lot more giving. And so the next one is electronics. There's $91 in there. I'd like to get $250 or more, but we're going to start with a $5. HOA, $22. The goal is $528 because that's my HOA is $44 per month. And I like to have enough to put it aside ahead of time. So there's already $290. But that 290 is to get to this year. So this is kind of like a revolving that will continue to keep saving. But once we do hit the 528 for 2020, once we hit the 528 for 2023, hopefully by March, so that I can pay it all off, and then we'll start again. And then once we hit it for 2024, we'll start moving that money somewhere else. Paid off is just like I have a cell phone and a security equipment that aren't fully paid off. This is just to help pay them off a little bit sooner. The goal is 250. I'm pretty sure I owe more than that, but we're just gonna say anything to help out. Anything at this point would be helpful. Rental repair is kind of on the back burner. I'd like $550. It's not really going to do anything for my rental repair because I need a whole set for a kitchen and whatnot. But either way, it's $472 already in there. $10 each paycheck. The core is getting $5 each paycheck. Baby emergency fund is getting $50 for a total of $100 per month, but $50 each paycheck. Hoping to add in $1,000 to that $2,000 for my baby emergency fund. House emergency fund is down to 20, and that's because the extra money is going towards paying the credit card off. Once the credit card is paid off, then that will go back up to $50 each month, and that's $1,000. And that's the goal to make this 2,893. These are both really honestly revolving because if a emergency or something about the house comes up, I've got to use it. But we're constantly just trying to, you know what, let me just be realistic. Revolving. These are both revolving accounts. The money can go in and go out. Merry Christmas is currently getting 10. It usually gets 20, but because now I've added all these different sinking funds, we got to kind of stretch it out. The goal is 250 to 500. And it currently has 358.46, but I tell you right now, that's about to go to the credit card, so it really has zero. Okay, and trash sewer is getting $10 each paycheck. The goal is $400 because it's normally $97 per every quarter. There's 4 quarters, so $400 for any little inflation amounts. We already have $216.66 in there. 97 of that is about to go out because they're due in January, but we're already ahead of the game on this one, so that's good. Black Friday, we're not saving anything right now because Black Friday is the reason we're in debt now, and we just can't. We'd like to save $200 eventually, but not until a lot of these other things have been funded. Build your own buffer. I'm going to start off with $5 each week. Currently, I'd like to get $200 in my buffer account that will sit in case anything comes up. Then I can pull from there to cover any unexpected bills that I may or may not have. And so there's already $154 sitting in there, y'all. So once we get this 200, then I can move this $500 to somewhere else. Zero out challenge. The zero out challenge is getting $10. It's always gotten $10. Technically, the way the zero out challenge works is you're supposed to take your paycheck and then you're supposed to say you got paid $305.68. You're supposed to take $5.68, those last three numbers at the end there, and put that away to zero out challenge. But the way I do it is just the highest amount I'd be able to put away was $9.99, so $10. So I just automatically put $10 away. This one is revolving because when I get to 100, normally I would go and buy some stock or EFTs or whatever. It's still sitting right now, so I just keep putting my $10 until I'm ready to do that. Next is Hold Your Horses. Poshmark. Poshmark is a revolving account right now. Something I'm going to start doing again as a small business to try and get some extra money to pay that card off faster. I think I actually do have $100 in cash sitting in Poshmark right now that I'll transfer over eventually, but it'll be revolving because whatever I make, I'll be taking out to pay the money, to pay the card. Hold Your Horses is also a revolving account, and y'all know about this if you follow me for a while. Hold Your Horses is just an account where if I need to hold money for my mortgage or a bill that I don't need to pay right now, or I'm waiting to use the other half of it, because what I do with my mortgage is I split it in half. So I take one half of it, I put it in Hold Your Horses, and then on the next check, I take the other half, put them together, and pay the mortgage. And that's what Hold Your Horses is. It's holding my money. Hold up, hold your horses in there, okay? And then Treat Yourself is basically like my general savings account. There's nothing going into it right now because, child, you've already bought enough. Okay, I do want to start doing that because I don't think it's realistic to not give yourself any money at all, but I do have the $20 that I give myself in allowance, so that's not like I'm giving myself nothing, but I do want to start putting $5 or $10 in this account for when I feel like buying myself something else. Instead of getting in debt, I'd rather have my general Treat Yourself savings account for myself. And then there's a total, which is $250 each paycheck. And currently there's $8,905 between all of these accounts that is in the sinking funds. But that's it, you guys. That is the breakdown of the sinking funds. It took me literally 3 hours to do this on this paper, but I'm happy it's done. We won't have to do it again, except for adding and subtracting money. And I'm living my best digital life right now. Your favorite digital budgeting bae is living her best life right now. Bubble Bae is living her best life right now. So I hope that was all quite understandable. Let me head over to my parents. I'm already late. I will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, in order to be great, you have to be grateful, and I'm super duper grateful for you. Remember, it's faith over fear this year, but not just this year, but what? Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, ever, forever, ever, ever, forever, ever. I could do this forever. Either way, all things are always working out for good for those that believe. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye! Jazz hands.